Dividing whole numbers. Let's take a look at dividing whole numbers using the algorithm. Here we've got 91 divided by 7. Instead of asking ourselves how many groups of 7 can we get out of 91, we're going to just look at the first number in our dividend. How many groups of 7 can we get out of 9? Well, we can get one group of 7 out of 9. Then we're going to say 1 times 7 is 7, and 9 minus 7 is 2. Now I call this a checkpoint. Is 2 less than my divisor? It is. So far, so good. Now I'm going to bring this 1 down. It's going to come right down here, and we're going to ask ourselves, how many groups of 7 can we get out of 21? Well, we know that's going to be 3, because of course 3 times 7 is 21. Now 21 minus 21 is 0. And we don't have a remainder. Some people will put remainder 0, but that's not necessary. If you've got a 0 as a remainder, there's no need to write anything right there. Let's take a look at another problem. Here we have 29 divided by 2. And instead of asking ourselves how many groups of 2 can we get out of 29, we're going to say how many groups of 2 can we get out of 2? We can get 1. And it's very important that I put the 1 above the 2. If I had put the 1 over here above the 9 instead, I would be saying I can get one group of 2 out of 29. But I can get one group of 2 out of 2. So the answer 1 belongs above the 2. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Now again, I'm going to bring my 9 down here. And I can get 4 groups of 2 out of 9. So I'm going to put my 4 up here. 4, of course, times 2 is 8, and 9 minus 8 is 1. So on this problem, we do have a remainder. So it's important to come up to the top and put my remainder 1. The remainder belongs off to the side because notice my 1 went over my 2, and my 4 went over my 9. And it's very important in division to get your answers put in the right place so you don't make a mistake later on. Let's take a look at this problem. How many groups of 9 can I get out of 9? Now you may be asking yourself, this is easy, why did she put this? Because I know the answer is 10, because 10 times 9 is 90. But let's talk for just a minute about the comment I made on the last problem. I know I can get one group of 9 out of 9, and that 1 belongs above this 9. 1 times 9 is 9, and we subtract and have 0. Now, you know I've said bring your next digit down, and that's 0, and we can't get anything out of 0. So maybe I'm done with this problem. But you know the answer to this is 10 because this is an easy problem. What it's important to know is once you've put an answer, started your answer above a digit, you have to put something above every other digit in the problem. So if I had 4 more zeros on here, then I'd have 3 digits that I needed to place. But because there's just 1 digit left, I have to put something up there. I can't get anything out of 9, so since I get nothing, the number that's the same as nothing is 0. 0 times 9 is 0. You could do this or not. It really doesn't matter. But you end up with your answer of 10. Let's take a look at this problem. 476 divided by 3. Notice the way I'm saying this. It's not 3 divided by 476. It is 476 divided by 3. And if this were written out horizontally, you would see 476 divided by 3. So it's already written for us to work this problem out. So I'm going to ask myself, how many groups of 3 can I get out of 4? I can get 1. 1 times 3 is 3. I'm going to subtract and have 1 left. I'm of course going to bring my 7 down. How many groups of 3 can I get out of 17? So I can get 5 groups of 3 out of 17, and 5 times 3 is 15. 17 minus 15 is 2. And now I'm going to bring my 6 all the way down. How many groups of 3 can I get out of 26? Well, I can get 8 groups of 3 because 8 times 3 is 24. And I'm going to subtract and have 2. My 2 is less than 3. That means it can be my remainder. You can never have a remainder that is the same as your divisor or larger. That means you've made a mistake. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next problem. 692 divided by 5. How many groups of 5 can I get out of 6? 1. 1 times 5 is 5, and 6 minus 5 is 1. I'm going to bring down my 9. How many groups of 5 can I get out of 19? That would be 3. 3 times 5 is 15, and I'm going to subtract and get 4. Now I'm going to bring down my 2. How many groups of 5 can I get out of 42? I can get 8 of them. 8 times 5 is 40, and I have 2 left over. My 2 is less than my divisor, so that is my remainder. Whoops, not 3, but 2. All right, let's take a look at our next problem. It's another 3-digit divided by a single digit. Now this one's important because can I get any groups of 6 out of 5? No, I can't. So I'm going to ask how many groups of 6 can I get out of 57? Well, I can get 9 groups. So it's important to know that the 9 belongs above the 7 and not above the 5. If it were above the 5, you would be saying you can get 6 groups out of 5, and that's incorrect. So 9 times 6 is 54, and we're going to subtract here. We've got 3. We're going to bring down our 8. How many groups of 6 can I get out of 38? I can get 6 because, of course, 6 times 6 is 36. And I have 2. My 2 is less than my divisor, so my remainder is 2. My answer is 96, remainder 2. All right, let's take a look at this problem. Here's another one where my first digit in my dividend cannot be divided with my divisor. So I cannot get any groups of 5 out of 3, but I can get groups of 5 out of 36. I can get 7 of them. So the 7 has to go above the 6. And 7 times 5 is 35. We're going to subtract, and that gives us 1. Of course, we're going to bring our 6 down, and I can get 3 groups of 5 out of 16, which is 3 times 5 is 15, and we're going to subtract and have 1. 1 is less than my divisor, so my remainder is 1. Now let's take a look at a 4-digit dividend. All right, I cannot get a group of 4 out of 3. I can get it out of 36. So I can get 9 groups of 4 out of 36, and of course 9 times 4 is 36. Let's subtract. It's a 0. I'm going to bring my 8 down. Now, how many groups of 4 can I get out of 8? Well, I can get 2 of those. 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to subtract and have 0. Now I'm going to bring my 3 down. How many groups of 4 can I get out of 3? None. So can I just put up my remainder 3 because 3 is less than 4, so that must be okay. Well, remember what we talked about earlier. There is no groupings of 4 that came out of this 3, so I don't have anything above my 3. I started above my 6, and that's correct. I got 9 groups of 4 out of 36. Then I have an answer over my 8, but I have to have a digit right here because once we get started, we have to put an answer over every digit. So we know that I can't get any, there are no groups of 4, and the number that means the same as none is, of course, 0. Now my remainder is 3, and voila, we are done. The answer to this division problem is 920, remainder 3. I hope you found this helpful.